Okay, I'm going to mute everyone and I'm going to get into this lesson. I've mentioned that on YouTube, people are contacting me and I'm not doing any contact information or introducing myself, but I am Morris Jones and I go by Mojo, and you can reach me at mojo@bridgemojo.com, and I'll try and put a super on the screen in the future. So it says my name right here where my hand is. Look right there. Okay. Uh, it's not there now, of course. All right, we're talking about leads against Trump contracts. And what I wanted to talk about this morning is when to lead the Trump suit. Before I share a screen, there are a couple of times when you want to lead the Trump suit. One is when the auction suggests to you that declarer might have losers in his hand that he needs to trump in the dummy. Now, this is a common way of getting extra tricks when you're declaring. And in order to do that, he has to have trumps in the dummy. And one of the ways you can make that difficult for him is by leading the Trump suit. So it shorts his trumps in the dummy. The other time when you might want to lead a Trump is when the other three suits in when declarer and his partner have shown strength in the other three suits, or when the other three suits in your hand look really bad leads, queen third, or jack 7-8, and then king 5-6 or something like that. Unprotected honors, things that if you lead one of the other suits, you're likely to be giving away a trick that you might have won otherwise. And in that case, a passive Trump lead might be your best lead. But generally, leading the Trump suit on the opening lead is not the right thing to do. It's usually helpful to the declarer, and it usually doesn't work out. So we're going to look at how to listen. We're going to practice listening to the auction and looking for an occasion where we might be able to tell that declarer needs to use his trumps in order to rough losers in the dummy. So I've got an auction here and I've got cards, but I don't have any of them laid out. So we're sitting at West, and over here at South, they open the bidding one heart. So what we're going to do is build a hypothetical hypothetical hand based on the auction. And so let's give him 5 hearts. We'll just call it this, okay? So he opens and we know he has 5 hearts. We don't know what the rest of his hand is. Now his partner bids 1 spade. So let's consider what that would mean. It means 4 or more spades. So let's put some spades in his hand. Let's say, oh, not there. Let's put it in this hand, king 7-5-2, something like that. Okay, now on South's next bid, they bid 2 clubs. So we know a couple of things. We know they don't have 4 spades. And how many clubs are they likely to have? They're probably going to have about 4. So let's put 4 clubs in their hand. I'll put a couple of good ones. We need to make the hand good enough to open the bidding. And now North, the partner, bids 3 clubs. So their hand most likely has 4 clubs as well. So let's put some good clubs in this hand. Let's give them 4 clubs. Now, what's interesting is, and it goes pass, pass, pass. So what's interesting from this hand is that we know about 9 cards in the South hand, and we know about 8 cards in the North hand. So let's fill this out with some imagination. We've got 9 cards. We're missing some spades and hearts. So let's just put, let's see, well, we need some points here. Let's put a couple of spades in the hand and a couple of diamonds in the hand. And those don't need to be terribly good. So this brings it up to 13 cards. Now let's mentally fill out the North hand. We know about 8 cards. We know one other thing as well. We know that they don't have 3 hearts, right? Let's put 2 hearts in the hand. I'll put 2 little ones. And then we need to give it some diamonds. So we'll give it 3 diamonds. Let's make it the queen and a couple of diamonds. Now, let's just based on the auction, let's consider that this hand is going to be the declarer. This hand is going to be the dummy. The contract's going to be 3 clubs. Can you see from this layout that in order to make this contract, declarer has some heart losers? In particular, they've got lots of small hearts. We might be able to tell even better looking at our hand. Now, I didn't put up a hand for us, so I don't know what we have. But if I had a lot of heart winners in this hand, I might think, oh, declare needs to ruff some hearts in the dummy. Notice that the dummy only has 2 hearts and declare has 5. So that's a perfect situation for leading a trump suit to try and cut down declarer's ability to ruff hearts in the dummy.
But
I want to
isn't
practice.
the dummy on the south side because North bid the? Oh, never mind.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad you worked that out. Now let's have a look at let's keep practicing this just a little bit. I want to do this one. Let's do this again with a little more complicated auction. This time North is the opening dealer and he opens 1 diamond. Now, how many diamonds can we put in his hand for that? Normally, I would say an opening 1 diamond bid, 90% of the time it's about 4 diamonds, 4 or more. So let's give him 4 diamonds. And I'll put the king and the queen and a couple of small ones. Now, South bids 1 spade. Now, from the 1 spade bid, we know that he's got 4 or more. So let's give South 4 spades. I'll do king, queen, and a couple of small ones. North now bids 2 clubs. Okay, we've just learned something interesting about this hand. They're likely to be 4-4 or 5-4 in the minors. So let's put 4 clubs in the hand. Let's give it 5 points as well. What the heck? They're the opening bidder. And now let's look at the South hand, and South now bids 2 hearts. Now this is the 4th suit, which sometimes it's an artificial bid. It doesn't actually mean another half hearts. But just while we're keeping track for the moment, let's put 4 hearts in the hand. So oh no, wrong hand. When responder starts with 1 spade and then bids 2 hearts, they've gone kind of backwards. They're not walking their 4-card suits up the ladder. So we've learned something else as well. And once I put 4 hearts in the South hand, let's think about that. The fact that they bid spades first means that they don't have 4 spades, they actually have 5. So let's put another spade in the South hand. If you have 5 spades and 4 hearts, this would be the order that you bid them in. You would bid your longer suit first, and then you would bid the hearts. Now, North raised the hearts. That's interesting. That's a 4-card raise. Even if hearts were artificial, you would need to show the 4-card suit. So let's put 4 hearts in the hand. And this is exactly the way you would bid a hand like this that was 4-4-4-1. I mean, we've identified 12 cards in this hand. Now, it's possible that they're either void in spades or they may have 1 spade. Most likely they have a singleton spade. So let's put a singleton spade in the hand as well. Now that fills out 13 cards for North. And when South raises to 4 hearts, we know that they actually do have 4 or possibly 5 hearts. And I'm going to change these spades out a little bit and make them not quite so strong. So we know he has 5 spades, and so we know about 9 cards. Let's fill that out with a couple of clubs and a couple of diamonds. Go to the hand. Okay, there's a queen and a 4, and let's put a couple of diamonds in the hand. Okay, now let's examine this hand and think about our opening lead. I haven't given us a hand. The question is, does declarers in the South side, and we're making the opening lead, can you identify that he has losers in his hand that he needs to rough in the dummy? I think the answer is yes. It's this spade suit here. The fact that he has 5 spades, whoops, put that back in the hand, and probably 4 hearts. And we can tell from the bidding that North is likely to be very short in spades, either void or singleton. This suggests to me that leading a heart as the opening lead might be pretty productive. And so that's what we're going to do. Now, after you've seen the dummy, you may be able to change your decision, but that's how it would go. I want to show an example of a hand where this is actually a good thing to do. Let me move myself to, oh, I'm in the west seat. That's good. Okay, I'm going to put up a hand, and let's listen to the bidding for this hand. No, 2 hearts by north. I should be in the east seat. Okay, moving myself there. South is going to pass, and then west is going to pass, and north opens the bidding 1 spade. Okay, well, that's interesting. We've got some good spades. I'd really like to see them play in spades. That would be nice. East passes, and now their partner North bids 1 no trump. So they don't have spade support, and they don't have enough strength to bid a new suit at the 2 level. But they've got enough to bid, so they say 1 no trump. And now North bids 2 hearts, showing a second suit. They probably have five spades and 4 or more hearts. And now South passes. And that's very interesting. So now let's visualize this in our hand. North has bid 1 spade, and then South said 1 no trump, and then they said 2 hearts, and South left them in their second suit, which means they have some hearts, probably. This hand has some hearts, but not many spades. So this looks to me, especially with the fact that I have all of these great spades, like leading a trump might be a good thing, because I can tell the declarer has spade losers. And I want to show you how this might work. So here I am at East. I'm going to lead the 2 of hearts. The dummy comes down, and we can see that it is about the hand we expected. 4 hearts, singleton spade, 7 points, nothing special. Now declarer can play a heart, and my partner plays the ace of hearts. They've got the ace of trump. Now they were listening to the same auction I was, and my partner is always on the same wavelength as I am. So they can see the same thing. They say, oh, declarer's got spade losers. So he sees what's going on, and he leads a heart back. And let's say that heart wins. So now declarer he's down 2 trumps already, and he still has to rough some spades in the dummy. So let's say that he crosses. Well, on that last hand, he might not have won in his hand. He might. I'm going to back up. Let's say he won in the dummy because he wants to lead a spade, and he's got to start roughing some losers. And so he plays his king of spades, and now we get to win the ace of spades right away. What are we going to do? Return a spade? No, we're going to lead another trump. And now that we've won this trick and we lead a heart, and our partner gives us a card, declarer wins the heart, of course, and they get to, let's see, we can trump 1 heart in the dummy anyway. All the trumps are out. So all he has to do really is take, if I show this, he can take his ace of clubs, and he can take his king of diamonds, and let's see, let's play some diamonds, and his ace of diamonds. But now what's he going to do at this point? He can throw us in he can rough a club in his hand. That's not a good idea right now, using his last trump. Notice that he only has 1 left. And when I get in with the queen of diamonds, now I can take my spade winners, because he can't trump. He can no longer trump them in his hand. How are we doing? Let's see. We've just won 6. We've just won 5 tricks. There must be 1 more we can get. Yes, it's that king of clubs. And oh, no, he can trump that one. I didn't manage to set the contract, did I? Well, I didn't trump this one, which he should have done, because I've now run out of spades, and his 8 of spades is good. But perhaps I shouldn't have taken my spade losers at that point. I should have led a club and have him rough in his hand. But you can see how the power of leading the trump there was a pretty precarious thing for the declarer. And if you practice listening to the auctions and visualizing the hands, you can tell when that might be a good thing to do. And that'll be it for today. Thanks very much.